Hey Erin, I'm just I'm gonna try again. Um, you're probably thinking why am I doing this? I'll tell you why. Um, I don't want anything from you. I'm not trying to sell you a miracle cure. Um, it's just what I've experienced. I can see how other people can improve. Uh, One of the main reasons I'm reaching out to people I don't know is what happened to me and how I reacted. It's all from because I think everything happens for a reason. I've never been depressed, never been sad, and it was all because of that one simple thing. I believe everything. I'm not a religious person. I just believe everything happens for us. So there's a reason why it happened to me. There's a reason why I never had any of the problems that I've seen in other people. Um, I helped a friend in hospital. She was really depressed. After I started speaking to her, she instantly reacted really well. She perked up, and I think it's because, like me, like you, she's got a hole in the neck, and we got shared experiences. Um, anyway, the long story is she killed herself a few years ago. So yes, in hospital she was fine, and she went home, and it went bad. Um, the reason why I'm contacting you, I saw your videos and I saw what you can do, and from experience, I know it can be improved on. What you need to do is you need to stop sabotaging yourself. Do not think my injury is different from Tom, and it's not gonna. You just you've got to. You're targeting something it's just you're gonna fail. So just keep an open mind. Recovery is recovery, um, and I'm doing all this from personal experience. There's a reason why doctors won't tell you, you know, how you can improve or anything. They've got a duty of care. Um, First of all, they don't have personal experience. They can't tell you something they don't know for sure. Because what if you don't get there and you kill yourself and you sue them? Or whatever. But I know from personal experience how things can improve. For months, could not move anything at all, and slowly it was the arms, and it was in the beginning it was just like that, and then slowly over time, you know, and now it's full. It's basically do not sabotage yourself. Do not say it can't be done. I've got a spinal injury. Just forget all that. Just try. Just do. My fingers didn't work before, and it was at hospital. I was doing these exercises over and over again, all day, all night. And I've done it hundreds of thousands of times, and now everything works. I saw in your videos your hands don't really work, so you just keep an open mind. Just try it out. Just do it. Don't don't tell yourself it can't be done. I've had a spinal injury. Just just keep on trying. Just keep on doing it, and it'll come back. Switch it off. Get. So 5 years ago, when I came back from hospital, and we had this exercise bike. In the beginning, every single pedal was basically with my hands. Was lifting it with my hands. Every single pedal, but through repetition, through just doing it over and over, by just not not having a set, a predetermined thing that I can't do it. I just kept an open mind. I just kept on doing it in the beginning. Every single time I was lifting over with my hands. And now, after a few years, with rep over and over, I can do it fine. I'm not saying that you will be able to do this because I saw you do this with your hand in your video. So just keep on, I know the US health system is terrible. You don't have access to physios. Get your friend, get your partner, whatever, your mom, come once a day and just set you up with a bike and just do this over and over. Just like I've been doing, from this every single thing to now, just, So a doctor might not be able to tell you this, but from someone who's done it, you just keep on doing repetition over and over, and then your body will figure it out. Part of my brain was taken out. You've had a spinal injury. How is your situation any worse than mine? I'm not supposed to be able to do any of this, so it's just because I kept on doing it. I wouldn't take no for an answer. Doctors told me this and that. I don't care. Just keep on doing it. So that's what you need to do to improve your function. So I saw you do this with your hand. So get something to set up for you every day, and just do it over and over, just every single day. I've been doing it for 6 years, every single day. Just keep on exercising, and and I'm pretty damn sure that there will be improvements. I don't know how much, but there will be improvements. A doctor cannot tell you this. They first of all, they don't know, and then duty of care. I don't have that relationship. I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to tell you, just keep on doing over and over until something improves. Just like me, even though I walked out of hospital, my body was still all effed up. And how I improved it, just repetition over and over again. Just keep on doing it over and over. And so when I left in hospital, I couldn't press the elevator keys because it was too high. So I just kept on doing exercises and stretching, and now everything's not perfect, but pretty good. So you can't stop. I've never stopped. I've thought about it, seeing people online and what happened to me. And one of the things is age. I was 41 when it happened, and I had a lot more experiences in my life, and my beliefs were a lot stronger than someone who's much younger. You might find it hard to believe. When I woke up from coma and I could not move anything, I accepted straight away. I didn't question it. I didn't say why. I just accepted it's something I have to deal with. And so I've never been depressed, angry, sad, frustrated because of that. I just accepted it's something I need to deal with. It helped. For me, I was really lucky. I was 41, I had these experiences, these beliefs. I'm surprised some of the younger people, they're very optimistic, which is really good. You need to be, otherwise you can't survive something like this. What we're going through is really hard, and you have to be so strong inside. You have to be like in 6 years I've never been frustrated, it took me 2 years before I could get into bed by myself. Before, every single time I have to call my parents, they lift my leg up. I couldn't lift my leg up into the bed, but I just kept on exercising, kept on trying, and never ever frustrated, angry. Why can't I do it? I know why I can't do it. I've got this thing I'm going through. Another little trick for me was anything that was hard. I tricked myself to feel that. I told myself, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. So nothing affected me. I don't care how hard it was. I was never angry, frustrated, because I see it as a challenge that I have to overcome. And if you can do that, you won't feel frustrated or anything that's hard. You feel happy. You wanna overcome it. That's how I treated it. Um, sure, I can be depressed, crying, and hating life, hating whatever, but who does it help? That doesn't help anyone. So I'd rather not do that. I just concentrate on exercise, on getting better. And I told you last time, to be honest, I don't know if or when I can walk it, but I don't care. I'll just keep on trying until the day I die. It take me 3 years, 30 years, it does not matter. Just keep on trying. If you keep on trying, you won't feel frustrated, you won't feel sad. Just keep on doing it, you know. Okay. So what happened to me was I had a rupture in my brain, and it was too damaged. So they they removed the whole section because they couldn't repair it. So without that section, and it just happens to be the part that controls arms and legs. So for months I could not move anything. Actually, the doctors thought I'll be a vegetable. They thought, I have no memory. I can't move anything because my brain's missing. But why am I moving? It's from repetition over and over again. Just like I said, how I moved my arm. In the beginning was just, it just maybe a little shake, and then I just would not give up. I just all night. Just eventually, after a few weeks, a few months, I can't remember. It was moving. I could scratch my face for the first time in months, and every single part of the body reacted the same. The legs wouldn't work, so just constant exercise. I saw in your video you've got the reason. One of the reasons I messaged. I saw in the video you were pedaling with your arms, and I know with repetition it improves. Like before, nothing worked, and then slowly I just kept on doing it over and over again, and everything. I saw your video. You're holding things like this. Your fingers are cramped up. Mine was cramped up in hospital. I had to wear a splint, and then it was exercises, lifting pasta shells from cup to cup. It was annoying as hell. Done it thousands, thousands of times. But my brain was operating differently. I saw my I just wanted to walk. I just wanted to get better. So I don't care what doctors would tell me how hard it was, and it was hard. Every single day I had to take strong painkillers because my legs was in so much pain just from the exercises, and I was able to push through. I was able to. I just would not give up. I just kept on exercising. I was getting 4 hours a day when everyone else they'll be lucky to get one. The reason I got four is I asked the hospital for as much as they could give me, and because I was young and I was willing to do it, and because no one else wanted to exercise, they gave me 4 hours a day, and I worked my ass off every single day. My legs was hurting, everything was hurting, but I just would not give up. I'll tell you eventually. Not now, but I'll tell you how I walked out. How it's not the right time. Um, you said yours was mostly physical, not mental. Mine was mostly physical. Nothing worked, but I used mental to press everything through. I forced myself to push through the pain, to just exercise and exercise. Okay, take two, Erin. The phone ran out of battery yesterday. In regards to how the body heals, I told you part of my brain is been cut out, and so the section that was cut out actually controls movement, arms and legs. So technically, I'm not supposed to be able to move. How I got it back was just repetition over and over again. And when you keep on doing it over, the body grows a new connection. So the part that was cut out, the part I've had for 41 years of, you know, how the body controls itself, that's gone. You know, no, that's it's not in my body anymore. It's been cut out. So how the body recovered was through repetition. Technically I didn't really notice it in the beginning, but I just kept on doing it. I was just, you know, I wanted to get better, so I didn't care that it was gone. Yeah, so it regrew the connection that was cut out because of a continuous repetition. It grew a new connection. So even though it's not as strong, like I can't do things as well as before, but it's much better than before when I was, you know, completely lying on the bed doing nothing. So, and I told you about my femoral artery. It's one of the largest arteries in the body, which supplies blood to your leg, and that is completely blocked by blood clots. So how the body dealt with it was they were gonna take it out, so they put me under, and they cut me open, and then when I woke up, the doctor said it was he said something like too sticky or something, so he just tied it off. So my femoral artery is completely tied off. So how the body dealt with it, it grew smaller vessels alongside to let the blood pass. So this is how the body heals. Like you've had a spinal injury, so technically you're not supposed to be able to do anything. Just like my brain's gone, you know, technically I'm not supposed to do anything, but the body recovers. The body grows new connections. Um, it takes longer, and even when you grow it back, it's not as strong as before. But hey, it's recovery, you know. Uh, I'll give you a movie analogy. It's actually from one of my favorite movies, Jurassic Park. So the scientist was talking with what's his name? Jeff Goldblum's character. So all the dinosaurs are female, and Malcolm Duck, the actor, he said, you cannot contain life. Life finds a way. And no, the scientist said, are you telling me female dinosaurs are going to breed? And he just says life finds a way. And they started breeding. Just like my brain. My brain is gone. The part that controls everything is gone. So life found a way. The body found a way to repair. My femoral artery is completely blocked. And as you can see, my leg is still there. The body found a way to bypass the problem. You've got a spinal injury. If you keep on doing repetition over and over, like I've been doing for 6 years, something will come back. I don't know how much will come back, but something will come back. So don't just. Sometimes doctors, what they say is a recommendation, but how I walked out of hospital was by refusing to listen to them. Now they told me part of my brain's gone. I said, I don't care. I want to walk. I want to improve, so I just kept on doing it. And the thing I told you last time about the motorcycle, that's also very important. So when I was 19, I bought a motorbike. I didn't know how to ride, and I hired an instructor. And one of the first things he said to me is, I can't remember, maybe I wanted to turn right or something. He goes, why do you want to turn right and looking straight? I said, what do you mean? He said, wherever you look, that's the direction you're going. So if I wanted to turn right and I was looking straight, the bike would go straight. And I tried that. So when I was riding by myself, I wanted to go in one direction, but I'll look in another direction, and that's where I headed. So that, you know, that told me like when I was in hospital, only look at where I want to go. Don't don't. The doctor was telling me all these terrible things, but I want to walk, so I don't look at the other part. You know, as the time he told the time they did the scan and told me part of my brain's missing, straight away it went on one side and I let it out the other side straight away. I didn't let it stay long enough to affect my thoughts, just like the motorcycle thing. If I started thinking, oh, you know, I may never walk again, that's what's going to happen. So from our previous chat before, you kept on saying your injury is different from mine. That is the same as the motorcycle. You want to turn right, but you're looking straight. You're saying Tom has different injuries to me. So straight away, you're not going to try the things I tried. In your brain, you've already decided Tom's injury is different from mine. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself? Don't do this to yourself. If you do that, you're just setting yourself up to fail. I never did that, you know. I wanted, that's where I wanted to walk. It didn't matter what the doctors told me. It didn't matter if they told me my brain's missing. When they told me my brain was missing, nothing worked. I wasn't able to move anything at all. When the doctors told me it could take me 10 years to walk, the third hospital, went in 1 year straight out the other year and continuing to do what I'm doing. Let's see. So for 4 months, I couldn't scratch my face. I couldn't move my arms at all. What's the first video of when I woke up from coma? Nothing worked. And then at the second hospital, the physio started working on me. So, you know, I started exercising. And at that time, my fingers didn't work, my hands didn't work, so I couldn't play with my phone. Had no TV. So the only thing all night, before my mum left every night, I got her to put this rubber block under my arm, just so I could exercise at night. And literally, in the beginning, it was probably just like that. But I didn't think, oh shit, I can't do it. I just kept on doing it all night. Just slowly, over days, weeks, and months, it started to, you know, the movement was more. The movement was more. Eventually, just every single night, after my mom left from hospital, I got her to put this rubber thing under my elbow. And yeah, slowly it started, I was able to scratch my face. And then I started on the other arm, my bad arm. And before I left the second hospital, I still remember the lead physio. I showed her I could scratch my face now. That was my goal. I wanted to scratch my face. And she said, can you do it with your left arm? And I tried. This is the night before I left hospital. I was trying all night. I was just to show her, you know, I'm trying to do. I think I almost got there, but she couldn't make it. She had a meeting. But the physios came. So when I left hospital, every day my mom came to feed me because I couldn't feed myself. My arms wasn't working properly. And the third hospital, I started with the legs. And in the beginning, all I could do was sitting balance. Sitting at the edge of the plinth, the medical bed, and just sitting there, and the physio would have to hold me. And it was just getting my core a bit stronger because I was so weak. And then there were squats. The plinth, the medical bed, they lifted up straight, strap me in three straps, chest, middle, and legs, and just get me to do squats. In the beginning, it was probably just a little bit, but you know, just all every day, and it was so painful. But I wouldn't give up. You know, I had a good attitude that I wanted to walk, so I only looked in that direction. I only looked at what I need to walk. I never said, oh, I can't do this. Like well, the first time when the physio, you have to have the right attitude. So every time, every day when we do exercises, in the beginning, if I said, "Can you do 10?" and I'll think, "Oh my God, that's so hard," But I never said no, I can't. It's too hard. It was a simple answer. It was always, "I'll try," and I would always try, and I always reach it because he said 10. Okay, I'll try. Can you do 20? I'll try. Can you do 100? Even though I'm thinking, my God, that's fucking crazy. But I would try and I would do it because focus was right. That I was looking in the right direction. No matter how hard it was, how hard he pushed me, I would just let him push me because I wanted to walk. One time, one of the physio students, he came in. He said, "So are you ready? I'm going to whip you today." I said, "I want to walk. Whip me as hard as you want." And that's how I approach things. No matter how hard it was, my goal was to walk. So I'll do anything I have to do to walk. So you need to do this. You can't, by thinking Tom's injury is different from mine, you're setting yourself up to fail. You've already seen it. You're looking straight or you're looking left, right when you want to go straight. You gotta look in the right direction. Wipe everything from your brain. Start from new. Just give it a try. I'm gonna try this. What this old fool's telling me. I'm gonna try with the fingers. Just do it. Just try. In the beginning, it might not work very well. Just a little bit. Just do it every day when you're free, and everything will how I repaired my body. It's just by not accepting that what the doctors were telling me, not setting myself up to fail. I saw the target. It was to walk to heal, and that's what I did. I just this thing, everything. I'm able to give you this advice. It's just from personal experience. It's not because I've studied medicine for 7 years. It's all from personal experience. Because I had to do this, from the tiniest of movements to now, everything's working, just pretty good. So this is what you need to do. Don't set yourself up to fail. Don't think, "Oh, I've got a spinal injury. I can't do this." Don't do it. Just reset your brain and just try and just keep on doing that. That's all you do. Repetition over and over. What you and I are going through right now is probably what 99.99% of people will never have to go through. We're fighting for our lives. We're doing something harder than what most people have even. So you gotta dig deep. You gotta go. You gotta you gotta bring more fight to it. You gotta. I'll give you an example. In hospital, I had a fall in the bathroom, and I broke my ankle. I had a fracture in my ankle. Even though it was not too bad, but a fracture is a fracture. After the X-ray, the doctor showed me, he goes, "You can take 6 weeks off, but you're gonna put your progress back by 6 months." And after he told me that, I did not have one single day rest. I worked through it, even with a broken foot, every single day for 4 hours. It's because I knew my target was to walk out of there. And I can't walk out of there if I have 6 weeks off and then my progress is put back by 6 months. So I pushed through the pain. I used my mental, my problem was physical, weak body, everything, broken foot. But I used my mind to just push through the pain. I want to walk out of here, so I'm going to exercise. I don't care what. In hospital, if anyone had an excuse to have a day off, they would take it, Oh, I got a sore arm. I can't exercise today. I had a broken foot and I still exercise. Not a single day's rest. You gotta bring in you gotta bring in a lot of fight to this problem. We're going through really tough times, and if you don't dig really deep, it's. I was very lucky that my progress was really good. Um, I think a lot of it was due to age and experience. I was 41. I've experienced so much in my life, good and bad, and my life taught me to push through it, to just fight, just keep on fighting. You know, no matter how bad it is, just keep on fighting, and that's what I did. When I was in hospital, lying on a bed for months, and I had a chance to get out. Yeah, so I fought really hard in hospital to recover and walk out. And even when I came home, I'm still fighting. Um, you're not in the hospital anymore, but you're at home. So there are things you can do at home. Like I said, get someone, get your partner, get your mom, get your friend, whoever, come over every day, set you up with the bike. So you exercise your hand, you know. And once that improves, move to another section. You know, even the section you thought might not improve, just try, just like my hand. In the beginning, it was literally just like that. That's not much exercise, is it? But just keep on doing it. It improved. It went more. It went more. And then when that started working, I started another part of the left arm. You know, and when I came home, I started with a bike. And in the beginning, it was basically just the hands lifting it. Now it's just foot. So whatever part of the body, just start, and when that improves, just move to another section. So don't set yourself up to fail. Don't say I've got an injury and I can't, you know, I just can't do it. Just don't. Scrap that. Just try it. Just like I did, like how I treated my injury. Um, so yeah, it's been 6 years. I still exercise every day. You know, if you keep on doing it, there will always be improvement. Like most people that I've met in hospital, the physios tell me, people just give up. People just they stop. You know, and of course, if you stop, you're not going to improve. The reason I didn't, the reason I kept on improving is because I kept on doing it. I refused to sit still. I refused to say, hey, you know, I'm never gonna walk or whatever. And you know, when I couldn't get on the bed, I just kept on exercising until I could. You know, keep on getting the legs stronger. Um, so, in conclusion, first of all, I hope you've watched the whole video. I really hope. It's long, I know, but I hope you've watched it and you have an open mind. Don't always look in the direction you want to go in. Never ever look in a direction that's a dead end. By looking, by saying this guy and me have a different injury, that's a dead end. Have an open mind. Say I'm gonna try it. I'm hoping 3 months, 6 months, a year, you're gonna record a video for Tom. You're gonna show me your hands, your fingers are working. You're gonna show me you can pedal like that, like I'm pedaling with my foot. I'm hoping, and um, like I said, ever since the stroke, I believe everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why this happened to me. There's a reason why I've never suffered, you know, any of the problems people are suffering. There's a reason why I've been able to progress so much. It's because, and you know, I believe everything happens for a reason. So I've never been. I'm hoping, I'm really hoping, I can help other people have the progress that I've had. I'm hoping that, like I said, 3 months, 6 months, a year, you record a video for me. you're showing me your fingers are working. You're showing me you can pedal, you know, freely without any assistance. Sure, yeah, I still get assistance to put my foot in there, but so what? You know, I'm going through some things and it's going to be hard. It's in the beginning, you might only last 30 seconds and you're tired. Fine. Rest, do it again, do it tomorrow, whatever. It will increase, you know. I can do this for an hour now, 2 hours. Like in the video, you were struggling really hard with it, you know. I hope in 3 months, 6 months, a year, you're gonna record a video, and you're pedaling like it's easy, and it can happen. Just keep an open mind and keep on trying, and if you get there, I'll be very happy for you. Um, anyway, good luck, Erin. I hope you I hope you progress like I did.